The anime starts with our protagonist, Kazuma, fighting his cousin Ayano at the inheritance ceremony. Unlike his family members, he cannot control fire magic and loses the battle very easily. Kazuma's father, Genma, is the strongest fire magic user in Kanagi family. To see his first son not able to use fire magic after all these years, he is disgusted, and without any hesitation, he exiles Kazuma from the family. Even after countless begging, Genma didn't change his decision. Kazuma's mother also didn't show any sympathy. And tell that she hoped for a better son. Kazuma feels hopeless and leaves the house with no intention of coming back. 4 years have passed since then. Kazuma has grown into a fine young man and works as a contractor. In this profession, individuals possessing strong magic capabilities are hired to eliminate monsters and evil spirits. Kazuma arrives at a mansion and goes inside it. There he meets the employer along with another contractor named Shinji. Surprisingly, Kazuma knows him. Both of them are from Kanagi's family. But the difference is that Kazuma is from the head family, whereas Shinji is from the branch. Seeing Kazuma, Shinji asks the employer why a loser like Kazuma is here. He laughs and reveals how Kazuma doesn't possess any fire magic and is the biggest failure in their family history. The employer makes it clear that he doesn't care about their family. Because he had heard good things about Kazuma, that's why he hired him. Without any more delay, he explains the job to both of them. The house they are in is haunted by a strong evil spirit. And the employer wants them to exorcise the evil spirit. So without wasting any more time, Shinji goes first and tries to show off his fire magic. But to his surprise, the evil spirit withstands it and deflects it back. Shinji takes the hit and goes unconscious. Kazuma starts to wonder how someone mastering fire magic cannot withstand this much fire. Looking at the power, the employer is scared. He begs Kazuma to finish the evil spirit quickly. However, Kazuma demands 100 times the payment because the spirit is too strong. The employer agrees without any hesitation. Kazuma smiles, and using his wind magic he easily obliterates the spirit. During the 4 years, Kazuma made a contract with the wind god and received the ability to use wind magic. After training for years, he has come back stronger. The scene shifts to a few hours later at Kanagi's clan mansion, where Shinji reveals Kazuma's arrival in Japan and about the wind magic he is using to Jugo, the head of their family. After some time, Ayano, after spending her time with friends, arrives. With Ren, Kazuma's younger brother, she goes to meet her father, Jugo. There they both got to know about Kazuma's wind magic and the path he has chosen. Ayano is surprised to know a head member of the family has adopted wind magic instead of fire. Kazuma's father, Genma, is embarrassed and apologizes for his son being a failure. Genma is so ashamed that he doesn't consider Kazuma as his son and only thinks of Ren as his heir. At night, when everyone is sleeping, a mysterious man using wind magic arrives silently. Without making any noise, he starts killing the members of the Kanagi family including Shingi. The next morning, Hyo, head of the Fuga clan, checks the bodies and reveals the cause of their death is wind magic. He emphasizes that the magic power is so great, that even his clan who specialize in wind magic cannot produce it. Jugo is surprised and wonders who could it be. On the other side, Genma is frustrated to see a pathetic magic like the wind was able to defeat fire magic users. But after realizing what he said in front of Hyo, Genma apologizes. Hyo didn't mind it, after all for centuries their clan has been serving them. Ayano also arrives and she is angry to see her family members' bodies. As the next head, she cannot let any more deaths. Outside the mansion, a few members of Kanagi's branch family suspect the murderer is Kazuma. Because the killings happened only after he arrived and also because he has a grudge against the family. One of the branch members is Shingo, who is Shingi's older brother. He is angry and wants to kill Kazuma without holding back. Inside the mansion, after the rumors, Ayano also suspects it's Kazuma and requests her father to let her kill him. If the rumors are correct and Kazuma is behind it, Jugo doesn't mind killing him. However, there is not enough evidence and that's why he doesn't allow Ayano. At night, on his way, Kazuma senses someone is following him. He doesn't know who it is but keeps his guard up. Back at the family mansion, the person spying on Kazuma was Hyo. He was sent by Jugo to gather information about Kazuma. After listening, Jugo decides to send Shingo and Takeya to bring Kazuma here to talk with him. Shingo and Takeya are the strongest magic user in the branch family and they are told to use force if Kazuma doesn't come peacefully. On the way, Ayano also joins them without his father's permission. Shingo is angry about his brother's death and plans to kill Kazuma with no intention of bringing him back. After they park their car, they run toward Kazuma's location. However, out of nowhere, Ayano is sucked into a magic barrier. Shingo and Takaya didn't realize it and kept on going. In front, they finally see Kazuma. They explain the reason for their arrival. But to their surprise, Kazuma denies the killing. Shingo and Takaya do not trust him. Angry Shingo prepares to release fire magic. However, Kazuma easily knocks both of them down using his wind magic. Takaya is surprised to see this kind of strength and wonders what was Kazuma doing all these years. Suddenly someone releases wind magic and kills Shingo and Takaya. Kazuma is in shock and tries to see who was it. But he couldn't find the culprit. Just then Ayano escapes the barrier and looks at the dead bodies. She is angry and without a second thought, attacks Kazuma. Kazuma dodges her attacks. But even after explaining he is not behind the killings, Ayano does not trust him and keeps on attacking. Kazuma uses his wind magic to neutralize her attack. And after it he escapes. Back at the mansion, Jugo and Genma, after knowing about the deaths, suspects that it's not Kazuma's work. Because why would Kazuma trap Ayano only to release her after killing Shingo and Takuya? Despite this, Jugo wants to talk to Kazuma because he might know something. So, this time, Genma decides to go. Kazuma receives a call from his father and arrives at the location. Genma arrives and warns Kazuma to come peacefully or things will get ugly for him. Kazuma refuses to come and wants to challenge Genma with his wind magic. So, he initiates the attack. However, Genma easily withstands it and criticizes Kazuma's weak wind magic. He is disappointed and tells Kazuma that he is going to show the true strength of fire magic. Genma starts to gather energy and prepares to attack Kazuma with powerful blue fire. Kazuma looks at it and smiles. He gathers energy and uses powerful wind magic. Using it, Genma is knocked out. Kazuma is happy to know how much he has gotten stronger. After it, he heads back to the hotel. There he meets Ren. After a happy reunion, they go inside Kazuma's hotel room. On the other side, Ayano checks her phone and notices Ren mention him going to Kazuma's hotel. She finds the address beneath the message and is excited to take her revenge. Back in the hotel, Ren knows his brother cannot kill the members. So he asks the reason Kazuma is not coming to the mansion and clearing his name. Kazuma doesn't want to have any relations with the Kanagi family and doesn't care whether they see him as a criminal or not. It's late and Kazuma suggests Ren to spend the night here. At night, out of nowhere, someone attacks and splits the hotel in half. Kazuma and Ren are alerted. Holding Ren, Kazuma escapes from the window. Ayano just arrives and notices the situation. She misinterprets and suspects Kazuma is the one behind it. And she tries to go after them. The building falls on her. But before getting squished, she uses her fire magic and saves herself. Kazuma lands and is suddenly attacked by a wind magic user. Ren stays back while he fights the mysterious man. But suddenly, Ren screams for help and then disappears. Kazuma is in shock because he didn't sense any other presence. He notices the mysterious man's face and is in shock. Soon after, the wind user disappears. Quickly he heads to the Kanagi mansion. In front of the Kanagi's mansion, Kazuma arrives. He is attacked by the family members. But his wind magic is too superior to their fire magic. Jugo arrives. After it, Kazuma explains that Ren is kidnapped and the person who did it is also responsible for the killings. Jugo trusts Kazuma and invites him inside. There, after seeing the photo album, Kazuma points at the person who was using wind magic. Just then, angry Ayoma arrives. She immediately attacks, but her attack is neutralized by Jugo. Jugo explains that Kazuma is not behind the killings and that the enemy is the Fuga clan. The person behind the kidnapping and murder is Hyo's first son, Ryu. Ayano doesn't believe this because, for generations, the Fuga clan has been serving the Kanagi family. Kazuma explains that Fuga felt like they were being used as tools and that their wind magic was seen as inferior to fire magic. Jugo then reveals that centuries ago, the founder of the Kanagi clan sealed Gyo, an evil spirit the Fuga clan worshipped. Because then, the Fuga clan was a very powerful criminal clan. After their power was drastically reduced and they started serving under the Kanagi family. And now they are trying to unseal the evil spirit by using Ren as the sacrifice. Since the seal can only be opened by an immediate member of the Kanagi family. Jugo gives the location of the ritual, and with Ayano, Kazuma immediately goes there. Deep inside a mountain, Ren is lying unconsciously on a rock. The reason for Ryu's power is that some parts of the evil spirit that were surrounding the seal were poured into him using the Fuga clan's forbidden magic. And now using Ren they will remove the seal and Gyo will possess Ryu completely. After which Fuga clan will get their source of power back. Ryu arrives, and without any delay, Hyo hypnotizes Ren. But just then Ryu senses the Kazuma's presence. He goes to deal with them while Ryu completes the ritual. On the way, Kazuma senses they are about to get attacked, so together with Ayano, he jumps off the car. Ryu destroys the car and fights them. As per the plan, Ayano fights Ryu while Kazuma goes to save his brother. At the ritual, Hyo commands Ren to break the seal. Ren proceeds and unlocks the seal. Just then, Kazuma arrives and saves Ren. The hypnotism is broken and Ren is back. However, the seal is removed and the evil spirit floats above the scroll waiting for a host. On the other side, Hyo is in shock and asks why Kazuma is helping the Kanagi family even when he was insulted and abandoned by them. Kazuma explains that even though he hates Kanagi with passion, he is a contractor. And after making a deal with Jugo for 100 million, he is just doing his job. Ren is in shock to see his brother didn't come to save him. Hyo gets furious and together with other Fugo clan members, he attacks Kazuma. But Kazuma withstands it. Just then Ryu arrives. The floating evil spirit immediately gets inside Ryu and Gyo is finally free. Because of the long hatred he stored, Gyo releases a dark wind magic and destroys everything near it. After it, he heads toward the Kanagi family. Kazuma and Ren are saved, however, every member of the Fugo clan is dead. Before going after Gyo, Kazuma goes to check Ayano's condition. He checks Ayano's neck and notices that some of the evil spirits are entering her body. With no choice left, Kazuma takes out his incredibly rare medicine from China. He stores it in his mouth and then puts it into Ayano's mouth. Ayano soon wakes up and is in shock. She gets furious, but Ren explains that Kazuma did that to save her. And after knowing it, Ayano thanks him. From there Kazuma holds both of them and flies after Gyo. On the way, Gyo is leaving evil spirits. So Ren jumps and takes care of them. Kazuma attacks Gyo. After it, he and Ayano attack him. But Gyo is too powerful. Gyo starts to get angry. And unleashes his power. Kazuma gathers energy and releases a powerful attack. Using this opportunity, Ayano attacks Gyo. While she somehow manages to distract him. Kazuma enters, uses Wind God's power and begins to unleash an attack. Ayano cuts off Gyo's arm and uses her fire to burn him. But even after it, Gyo is alive. Ayano is exhausted and just then Kazuma attacks Gyo and purifies his dark wind magic. After it, Ayano gathers her last remaining strength and deals the final blow. Consider liking and subscribing this channel if you enjoyed the recap. Have a wonderful day ahead.